Well, I'm going to say it again, and I know I say it lots, but I'm going to say it again. I hope you're saying it over and over again too. But this is the moment. This is the moment in the service that I have to admit I miss the most, because it's the moment we call it learning together because it's supposed to be together. There should be children here. There should be people here, and the point of the learning together is to be interactive together. And I was really missing that this morning because I really needed kids to be here so I could ask them a really important question, and because I needed their wisdom on this. My question was going to be, what do you think it means to say we're pleased with something or someone? What does it mean when we say we're pleased with someone? What does that mean to you? Yesterday, I said to Lori, today, for the Learning Together, I'm going to talk about what it means when we say somebody's pleased with someone or something. And I said, I think what I'll do is I'll start by talking about, using some personal experience, I'll talk about how hard I try to please you. And Lori said, that does not please me. So, we'll just move on then from that. But you know, that's the thing, right? That actually makes the point right there. And I'm going to quote no less than Inigo Montoya in The Princess Bride when I say, I do not think that word means what you think it means. We say pleased when we mean happy. And first of all, let me say, if you're trying really hard to please somebody because you think that's going to make them happy, you can't make them be happy. You can offer them some context. You can offer them some ways to help them be happy. You can assist them in finding their happiness. But you can't make them be happy. You know, from being little kids, we want to please our parents. Then we want to please our friends and our teachers. Then we want to please our friends more. And then we want to please our bosses. But really, we just mean we want them to be happy with us. And that's not what it means to be pleased, because let me tell you right now, to be pleased with somebody means to have joy in their being. I know this because when I hear stories in the Bible about how God is pleased with Jesus, this is my son, I am pleased with him, I know that that's not because Jesus did anything, it's because Jesus is Jesus. And that's how I know that God is pleased with you and me, just as we are, just as we be. Because that's what it means to be pleased. God has joy simply because we be. That's part of what that's all about, because God loves us and God is with us. Whatever happens in our lives, whether it's happiness or not, in fact, especially or not, God loves us and God is pleased with us simply because we are. And the more, and this is kind of the point of Jesus, isn't it? The more we be who we are, truly who we are, really who we are deep down inside, the more we can be certain that God is pleased. And look at Jesus. Look at some of those stories about Jesus, right? Especially when he heals people, or he's teaching, or he does those miracle stories, all of that stuff. Everything about Jesus isn't about him saying you should be this in order to meet my expectations. there are no stories of Jesus is tremendously disappointed in you. In fact, I would say that one of the reasons why the healing stories are so powerful is that the conclusion of that healing story is the person being healed realizing Jesus is pleased with them. Jesus has joy in their being. And because they know that, that is part of their healing. We need to be a little bit more sure of that, I think, in our lives. Worry a little bit less about whether or not we're pleasing anybody, because we should know that in love, God is pleased simply because we are. Simply because we are who we are. And what's in us is pleasing to God.